This is the Clarksburg Poms Tryout video. This video is made for anyone interested in joining the Clarksburg Pom team. In this, we will go over hand placements, arm movements, basic terminology, basic technique, and extra technique.
To start off, we will show you all of the hand positions we use. First, we have our Barbie hands. Have your fingers extended with your pinky, ring finger, middle finger, and index finger connected and the thumb sticking out. Then we have our blades. This is where your fingers are all glued together, sticking straight out. Lastly, we have our fists, where you curl your fingers inwards with your thumbs resting on top of your index and middle finger. Now we will demonstrate the basic arm movements. Sabrina will start in a clean position where she will stand straight up with feet together and arms straight by her side. First, she will break her arms into a high V position. A break is when the arms bend in before hitting out. Notice how she really hits the position and keeps her arms very sharp and very straight. Next, she will swing her arms down to a low V position. A swing is when you swing your arms from one position to the other with no bending of the arms in the process. Next is a broken T, where both arms are bent, fists facing inward, and the arms are parallel to the floor and in line with your chest. Now if you extend your arms to both sides, fists facing away from your body with arms straight out and parallel to the floor, you will have a T. After this, we have a touchdown. From the T position, swing your arms up to be straight with your fists reaching toward the ceiling and arms tight and slightly touching your ears. Now back to the clean position. The next movements are the right and left Ks. To create a right K, you will swing your right arm up into a high V position and the left arm across your body into a low V position. To create a left K, you will do the opposite and swing your left arm up into a high V position and the right arm across the body into a low V position. After your right and left Ks, you will have your right and left Ls. To create a right L, you will have your left arm in a touchdown and your right arm in a T position. And for the left L, it will be the opposite. Now you have your high and low Cheerios. To do a Cheerio, you put your right hand into a fist and then wrap your left hand around your right. And then form your arms into a circle. For the candlestick position, extend your arms in front of your body parallel to the ground with your fists vertical as if you're holding candlesticks. Then for buckets, you turn your fists horizontal as if you're carrying buckets of water in front of you. Next we have shampoo, which is where you cross your arms over your head and bring them back down to clean. From clean, bend your arms in and have them vertical with your hands in fists. This position is called daggers. Lastly, we have the punch position where you will have one hand on your hip, making a triangle with your arm, and the other arm will be straight up in a touchdown position. Here's some basic terminology. A releve is when you lift your heels off the ground and balance on the balls of your feet. Plie is when you bend your knees slightly. Passe is when you have your foot pointed and the arc of your foot connected to the side of your knee. Spotting is when you keep your eye on one thing and when you turn around you whip your head around to quickly regain focus on the object. A right sachet prep is a step where you will step forward with your right leg and hop to kick your right leg with the left and step back forward with the right and vice versa for the left. Straddle is where you have both legs extended as far out as possible while sitting on the ground. Now it's time for the basic technique required. The first technique is your double pirouette, but before you can do this, you'll need to know how to prep. To do a prep for a turn, you will clean your arms while you take a slight step forward onto releve with the foot you are not turning on. Then, step forward into a slight lunge with your weight on the foot you will be turning on and bring your arms into an L in front of you. Now for the turn, you will be spinning around twice with your base leg on releve and the other leg in passe. To land, you will jump out into second position in a plie, then you will jump to clean. Next we have our right and left split, also a demonstration of the middle split, however it is not required. To get into your split, start in the clean position, then squat down and place your hands onto the ground and slowly slide your legs out into the split position. If you do not have your split, do not force yourself into it. Just keep stretching and you will keep improving until you get it. Now it's time for leaps. To start off your leap, you will do a sachet step, Then you will flick your right leg up in front of you while sweeping your left leg up behind you to create a split in the air. And then for a left leap, it would be the opposite. For a middle or center leap, you will do the sachet step for the prep. Then you will flick your right leg up while turning your body to face the front and swinging your left leg to hit up at the same time as your right leg to create a straddle in the air. Next we have our Russian jump. To prep for this, you will go onto releve with your arms and daggers. Then you will bend your knees and cross your arms down. Next, you will swing your arms and legs up to hit a straddle in the air, and then you will land with your feet together, hands clean and knees bent. Up next is our tilt kick. For this, you will keep your base leg planted and straight while you kick up your other leg in front of you at an angle so that you look tilted. Hitch kicks are next. To do a hitch kick, you will bring one leg up, bent. Then kick your other leg up while bringing the bent leg down. For a heel stretch or a leg hold, you will grab your foot and extend your leg while bringing your empty hand into a high V. Now for high kicks, the name is pretty self-explanatory. You will kick as high as you can with your leg in front of you and your back up straight. Lastly, for basic technique requirements, we have fouettes. To prep for this, you will do the same prep as you would for a pirouette. Then instead of having your leg in passe, you will extend your leg out. When facing front, your leg will be open to the side with your arms open. Then when facing back, your leg will be closed in front of you and arms in a closed circle. To get out of your fouettes, you will do a double pirouette.
Now it's time for the fun extra technique. Up first, we have a firebird. This is where you'll jump to have one leg back behind you in an arabesque, and the other leg will be straight, pointed diagonally to the ground. After this is the C jump. This is a simple jump where you'll bend your back to try to make a C. Next, we have an illusion. This is like doing a penché while spinning around. Now we have a split jump, which is basically jumping to do a split in the air. Then we have a calypso, which you'll do a shiny turn into, then your back leg will be in an arabesque, and your front leg will be like a normal leap. The tilt drop is next. This is when you'll bring your leg up into a front leg hold, then release your leg and drop your torso down, then bring yourself back up. Here is a spinning disc. This is where you'll do a shiny turn into what looks like a Russian in the air. Next up is the needle. First, you could kick your leg up and catch it, then pull through. Or second, you can grab your leg, bring it around, and then pull through. Now we have a needle turn, but before you do this, make sure you have your front leg hold. For this, you'll be kicking your leg up into a front leg hold while turning. And lastly, we have a switch leap. For a right switch leap, you'll start as if you're doing a left leap, then once your leg is fully up in front of you, you'll quickly swing it back and bring your right leg forward, as if you're doing a normal leap. Well, there you go. So those are some basic requirements, terminology, and technique you'll need to know coming into tryouts. Down below, I have placed a few links on some basic stretches to help increase your flexibility if it is not all quite there yet. And I also put some tutorials on how to do certain techniques. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helps to get you ready for the Poms team tryouts. Thank you for watching. Now here are some bloopers. As you can tell, not everything happens perfectly on the first try.
My anaconda don't, my anaconda don't, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
Let's try it again. Oh,
Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Look at her butt. I'm on some
that looks good.